analyst at the Australia, Israel and Jewish Affairs Council called AJAC. He has written extensively for both local and international media, including the Times of Israel, Jerusalem Post, the Australian, Daily Telegraph, and others focusing primarily on Israel, anti-Semitism, and Jewish identity. Justin says, "My connection to Israel is both personal and deeply felt. Like many Jews in the diaspora, Israel has always been more than a country to him. It is the heart of our history, identity, and continuity. Over the years, that connection has strengthened through visits, relationships, and through his writing, particularly since October 7th, when the bond between Israel and diaspora Jews became even more critical and immediate." We now invite Justin up to tell us his story.
There's something that happens to you when you land in Israel for the first time. It's like you've arrived somewhere you've never been, yet you've always known. Maybe it's the Hebrew signs you see everywhere. Maybe it's hearing our ancient language being spoken around you. Maybe it's the names on streets, names of famous Jewish heroes you grew up learning about. And maybe it's something deeper than all of that, a feeling and an energy that can't always be described in words. That's what it was like for me in 1995 when I first went to Israel. It was a year filled with so many stories and so many unforgettable experiences. And tonight I will share just a couple of those. My first story began on a kibbutz called Sdot Yam, where I was a volunteer. Now, as a volunteer, I worked in the laundry, in construction, in the dining room. I was even promoted to assistant to the kitchen manager. I was extremely proud. But unfortunately, I got demoted to pot cleaner shortly afterwards when a mistranslation of an instruction led to me destroying an apple salad with a cleaning hose. Sdot Yam is famous for its sailing and also for being the home of Chana Senesh, a Jewish heroine who parachuted into Nazi-occupied Europe to help rescue Jews, but never returned. One of my first nights on the kibbutz was Yom HaZikaron. So I attended the ceremony in the main dining room, the Cheder Ochel, and I still didn't understand every word, but when the siren sounded, I understood everything I needed to. Because that haunting sound of the siren is not just something you hear, it's something you feel. In that moment, there was no mistranslation. I understood something no book or news report could ever teach me. As the names of those from the kibbutz were read out, those who paid the ultimate price in defending our homes, our existence, I realized that these were not just names, but real people who had real lives. The cost of having Israel is painfully high, but the cost of not having Israel is devastatingly high. My second story, quite different, involved a car, a particularly bright yellow car with very small tires. It was my aunt's car, which I took to the beach one Sunday after my younger cousin convinced me we had to go. He also insisted I could drive down a secret path that only he knew about. What I didn't realize is that the path led straight into the sand. Within minutes, the car was stuck. I froze with images of the yellow car becoming the yellow submarine as my aunt supplied the not-so-joyful backing soundtrack. But this is Israel, where no one really keeps to themselves. Next thing I know, strangers appeared from nowhere surrounding the car. Meanwhile, I had turned a bright shade of red, hopelessly stuttering, "Ani lo mipo, I'm not from around here." Now, some of the people started to push the car, and some started to pull it, and some started to give unsolicited advice. Then more people arrived, not to push or to pull, but to supervise the people giving advice. Before long, it felt like half the country had descended upon this little spot in the sand, determined to rescue one very embarrassed tourist and one very stuck car. There was shouting, there was yelling, there were hand gestures flying everywhere. It was an absolute balagan. I may have even seen someone selling ice cream as well. But in the end, after what felt like an eternity, the car was free. And there was great celebration in the land of Israel. Everyone was hugging and laughing, and so was I, thanking them all in my even more broken Hebrew. Somehow my tears of embarrassment had become tears of joy. Now, two very different stories, yet both reveal something fundamental about Israel. In one moment, you feel the weight of our history. And in another, you feel the warmth of our people. But not all our stories are happy, and not all our tears are joyful. We have stories that tear at your soul and throw you into despair. And we have stories that fill your heart with boundless joy, compassion, and a faith so deep that nothing can extinguish it. The story of Israel is a story of us. A family, messy, complicated, full of arguments and plenty of issues. We have crazy cousins, and we have strangers who, after just a few minutes, become like family and will drop everything to help you. Through it all, we remain undeniably, unshakably family. And, like with any family, it's in our hardest moments that we discover who we truly are. October 7th made that abundantly clear when we, as a people, came under attack in a way not seen since the darkest moments of the last century. But despite everything we have endured and are still enduring, we must never forget our story. A story of resilience, of courage, of determination, and an unbreakable will, not just to survive, but to build something better. Israel is not a perfect country, we all know that. Just as we are not a perfect people, we know that too. But despite all that, Israel is our place, our homeland, the one small place on earth where we will always belong. I left Israel at the end of that year, but you can't ever really leave Israel. It won't let you. It stays with you, in your heart, in your mind, in your memories, and in your stories. Thank you.